With the release of update 0.3.5, a lot of glitches have been patched, but even more of the glitches haven't been patched. So I'm going to go over every single glitch in the game right now that is completely usable right this second. Alright, what's good guys, this is going to be a way longer video showing every single glitch in the game, since a lot of the people still do not know about it and more people are buying this game, especially on Xbox, every single day. So of course there will be time codes if you want to skip around and watch some other ones, but pretty much all these glitches are super duper useful. Now we're going to start with probably, in my opinion, the most useful glitch in the entire game. I have full videos on almost every single one of these glitches, but I am going to explain all of them to you right now in detail. So this is your one-stop shop for every single glitch in the game. Now, the first glitch I'm going to show you guys is how to have two pals out at the same time. Now, first of all, you can only have one pal out, right? You can only have Jetragon. If you try and throw out a second pal, obviously the first one will go away. But there is a way to have two, and in some cases even 3 or 4 if you use some of the abilities, to have all of them out at the same exact time. Now, let me explain to you guys why this is useful, because this is useful in more than one way. First of all, the obvious way is that you can have 2 pals attacking a tower boss at the same time, or on the oil rig, or at any other pal in the game, which is insanely OP. But this glitch has one more super duper useful aspect of it, and that is that the Pangolic cannons, the little passive skills that every single pal has, they all stack. So you can be using a Jetragon in your main thing, and you can have the Jetragon's passive ability, which is obviously those huge missiles. But you can also throw a different kind of pal which does a different partner skill out at the same time, and have both of them active at the same exact time. Now, the way that I do this to make it the most OP and to make dog coins way easier to get is I throw a Catress out, and then I also use my Jetragon. Now, the Catress has a partner skill which make it so neutral pals drop more items when defeated, which means you're going to get more dog coins when defeating the Memogs running around the different cities and everything in Palworld. But you can also have your Jetragon out to make killing those Memogs a lot better and a lot faster, so they don't run away. Now obviously this is just one example. You can put any 2 pals together and use all their different partner skills, and I'm sure a bunch of you guys know which partner skills you like using all the time. There's some for fire items, there's some for neutral items, there's some for water items. Personally, I like using it to get more dog coins, so let's get into how to actually do that. This glitch is super cheap to do. The only thing you are going to need is you are going to need a Pangolic with his partner skill unlocked, which is obviously the Pangolic rocket launcher, and then you're going to need a pal which you can fly on. This can be any flying pal, it doesn't have to be a Jetragon, so you unlock both of those super early on. Once you have those 2 things, you are going to take out your Pangolins and you're going to use his cannon. Now you have to do this very fast for it to work, so be careful when you're doing this, but all you're going to need to do is just shoot him in the air, switch to your flying pal, and throw out your flying pal. You're going to want to get on top of your flying pal, and as you guys can see in the top left of the screen, our Pangolin is now dead. So we can get off our Jetragon and we can throw out any other pal we want. Like I said, I'm going to be using the Catress, and look at that. You can have 2 pals out. We have the ability of the Catress in effect, plus we have whatever ability the Jetragon has, and he can attack for us and follow us around and do whatever we want. The only thing we can't do is actually fly on other pals, so that is not going to work, but you can still fly on your main pal. So if I throw out my Jetragon as the main pal and the Catress as my second pal, I would still be able to fly on him. But like I said, it is a glitch, so sometimes things glitch out, sometimes you can't use some certain features, sometimes you can't use other certain features, but for the most part, it works really well. You can use both abilities, you can have both of them attacking for you. This is especially useful when you're trying to beat the tower bosses early on in the game, but like I said, I like using it for hunting dog coins. So I'm going to go over this. I have tons of videos on this already, but my favorite dog coin place to hunt for the dog coins is this little lava alley right here. It has tons of Memogs and tons of dog coins. They're super easy to get, and the cords are 350 minus 20. So I'm going to go hunt for one set of dog coins real quick just to show you guys as an example of how insane it is. Alright, we have arrived at the canyon I was talking about that is known for having tons and tons of Memogs. We actually have a poor innocent one right here that we are going to test this glitch on. I'm going to do it one more time just so you guys can see. We throw out the Pangolin. I've got them pretty good at doing it, so I can do it really quickly. we just put him in our hands. You have to shoot him up in the air so that way he doesn't die fast. Like if you shoot him at the ground right here, he'll die in 1 second and you won't have time to get on your flying pal. But you shoot him in the air, you throw out your flying pal, I'm spamming E, you hop on the jet ragon and boom, he's dead. You can get off the jet ragon and you can throw out your second pal. And look at that, I think we got it just in time. Our jet ragon was already attacking the Meemog, but I think we threw out the captures just in time, which is going to give us a bonus on the dog coin. And there we go, we got 54 dog coins from just one Meemog. So obviously you set the spawns to 3 if you want to get more. You can do all kinds of stuff, you can just walk around and these two will be going crazy. You can just farm them. I remember people in my comments, they tell me they get like over 2,000 per hour just doing the strat and farming the Meemogs in this area. So it is super duper useful. And this is another example of how crazy they go. They're just going to be fighting together just like this. Definitely not what the Palworld devs intended for having 2 OP pals out at the same exact time. I can see how this will come in handy a lot for new players and players above the level of 50, just like me. Now, while we are here, I think I'm going to show one more quote-unquote glitch. I'm not sure if it's entirely a glitch, but it helps a lot with getting dog coins, and I don't think the Palworld devs intended for it to be like this, so I'm still going to call it a glitch, and it is one of the most useful things you can do in this game, especially if you're a super low level player. You can get Meemog coins at level like 5 at this point, or dog coins or whatever you want to call them. You can get dog coins at level 5 using this strat. So first of all, we're just going to go to the same area. I'm going to fly around until I find another Meemog that spawns, and then I will show you guys how to get dog coins with a 0% chance of them running away or a 100% chance of catching them. Alright, we have found a Meemog. I am going to show you guys 2 different ways to catch this 100% or to kill it 100%. So first of all, this first one is not a glitch, but the second method definitely is a glitch. However, this first one is so important, I have to show you guys. So first of all, this might seem kind of obvious. I don't know if you guys have done this yet, but a lot of new players do not know about this. You can just build walls around the Meemog, and then you can go in and he cannot escape this. So if you wanted to catch him, you can just sit here with like a torch. Like let's say you're level 1 and you found the Meemog and you cannot catch him, obviously, because it's going to be pretty hard. You can just sit there, hit him with the torch. There's a little gap right there. Usually you don't want a gap, and he will not be able to run away. Now I'm not going to show you guys an example of that right now. I have several on my channel because we are going to do a more important glitch, and this is what you have to do. So first of all, throw your pal with a saddle out and make it command not attack. That way he won't start attacking the Meemog. Hop on your pal with a saddle. Usually this works best with like the rush or saddle, or like the wolf one. I'm going to be using the Palladus since I am obviously level 55. I have a ton of pals, and you can just run into the Meemog over and over and over again. And look at that, even though he's getting hurt, even though he's getting annoyed, he won't register it as a player hitting him, and you can just do that over and over and over again until he dies. Look at that. So look how quickly I just killed that Meemog. And you can do that at any level as long as you have a saddle, and the Meemog will not run away. So obviously you can use the first method and you can use the second method together. You can catch him if you wanted, you can just kill him if you want. In my opinion, if you're trying to farm dog coins, I suggest catching them first and then killing them, even though it doesn't really matter since they don't drop dog coins when you butcher them, but it's still cool to have a bunch of them. So that is a little mini glitch, super duper easy to do, and some people will argue it's not really a glitch, it's just kind of like abusing the game mechanics, but either way it still fits the criteria, and it's still a really good easy method to get dog coins. Now let's start getting into some of the more complicated glitches. These are still pretty easy to do, and we have full videos on all of this if you guys need like a second opinion or a second way to do this. If you need more in detail, we're kind of flying through them right now, but we're still giving directions on how to do it. If you guys need more, obviously they're all on my channel, and you guys can sub up if you would like, since we post Palworld pretty much every single day. Now this is the glitch that is the hardest in the game to do. This is the hardest glitch in the entire game by far. Now As I've said, all of these glitches are doable on Xbox too. Some of them are much harder to do on Xbox, but if you guys are on Xbox and you still want to do these glitches, they are still available there, and none of these are patched. I am recording this, editing this, and uploading this on the same exact day, so all of these glitches you can still do on PC or on Xbox, and they're completely available, not patched. And I doubt any of these will even get patched because they've been in the game for a long time. But I am talking about the double oil rig on one single oil pal, one single oil puddle. So obviously people in my comments comment all the time. If you look at my comments on any of these old videos, they will you'll see people comment that this is impossible. You can't put two of these on one oil pal or on one oil puddle. I keep saying pal. It is completely possible, and if you guys are here, you've probably already watched my videos. Oh, ignore all my eggs over here, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So first of all, let me preface this with saying there is two different ways to do this. There is this special base over here, which I've made an entire video on, which has 3 oil puddles, one right here, one right here, and then one right here, and you can get 2 on all of them. However, it is a little bit different from getting 2 over on the new island. Over on the new island, it is a lot harder to do it, but you still can do it. I have 2 oil rigs over there on every single puddle, so you're going to have to pick the place where you want to do this, and it is a little bit different in both these areas. It is not the same exact way. Even though you can do it on both areas over here, it is a much different method in the 2 different areas. So I'm going to show you guys the easier one of the areas over here to do it, and you can place 2 on one oil rig, and it's honestly not even that hard over here. However, once you get to the new island right over here, if you want to build a new base over here on the new Sakajimura island, or however you say it, it's definitely going to be a lot harder, even though I'll go through both. So first of all, obviously what you're going to need is go to a puddle, and you're going to need to line yourself up the correct way. Now, like I said 1,000 times, I know I keep saying that, but it's important to reiterate some things, guys, so you don't comment a million times saying it's patched. This is different. If you try and use this method over on the new island, it probably won't work. I mean, it might work, but it probably won't work. There's easier ways. So this puddle method over here is for these puddles over on the coordinates -850, -450. So we're at the volcano island right now. This is different from the new island. If you try and place 2 oil rigs over here with the method I'm showing you right here, it probably will not work. So you guys have to wait until I get to that, or skip over there if you're not interested in this. So with this one, it's a tiny bit easier. What you're going to do is you're going to need to look at the middle of the pal puddle. This matters. Some people think it won't matter and they can just place it wherever, but it actually does matter. So you want to see the dark hole, you want to look at the little rock, you want to make sure the little rock is on your left, and you want to make sure the big rock in the puddle is at the top right. So if you're in the correct spot, it should be black hole, little rock, and then top right is the big rock. So you're going to stand on this side of it just like this. You're going to get your crude oil extractor, and this is an important step. You want to make sure the big bubba big balls are facing towards you. Then what you're going to want to do is hold control and go over here and try and get it in a weird angle so it's kind of like pointing up. Now this is going to take you a long time to do probably. I know some people said they got it on like the first try or whatever, but that's probably not possible. It's going to take you a while. We're probably not going to get it on our first try either, but you want it to be pixel perfect. You just want this to be in a weird sticking up angle. I'll show you what it looks like in a second once I get it to the correct spot. You're going to want it something like this. I severely doubt that's going to work, but something along those lines. And then you're just going to want the same thing over here. I don't actually want them to build this, so hold on, I have to put them away, but it's going to look something like that. There we go. I think I got it right there. That looks correct, and I'm still holding control when I go over here, and we're going to try and do the exact same thing over here. Now, one tip I have for these oil rigs is if the second one isn't going almost immediately, that means you didn't get the first one correct. So you can just break the first one almost immediately if the second one isn't working out. So don't spend too much time trying to work on the second one. Always concentrate 90% of your effort on the first one. Once you're able to correctly get it on the first try by holding control, you can very easily get the second one in, and that will make it so you have 2 oil rigs on every single puddle. Some puddles are harder than others, so if you're stuck on one for way too long, I suggest you go on to the second one, and that will make your life a lot easier with getting oil. The base I have right now does like 600 oil per hour minimum, and it is super duper useful to have that much. Now we're going to go over really quickly for the new island over here, just because I said it's different, even though I have an entire full video of this up on my channel. So if this doesn't completely work for you, or this tutorial is too short for you, you can go check that out. But pretty much for this one, you want to do the same exact thing for the black hole. You want to find the black hole, you want to find the small hole at your top left, and then you want to find the big rock at your top right. You want to bring over the crude oil extractor, and you want to make sure that the big tube things that were near you last time are actually away from you. That way you can line it up just like this. You're going to not want to hold control this time, so this one is just lining it up, and then if you get a pixel perfect placement, you can actually fit one in the second one. Now I doubt I'm getting it the first time. Nope, I'm definitely not. However, here is some footage of me getting it so you guys can see how to do it the correct way. Now that is definitely the hardest glitch in the game and pretty annoying to do, so unless you need a ton of oil, I would stay away from that one. However, we are going to go over the gold glitch one more time. It's kind of a meme that I've been putting this on my videos so many times in a row, but they still have not patched this glitch, which is super duper really amazing, honestly. And I have I have like 900,000 gold right now from doing this over the years, which is just insane. So first of all, a lot of people know about the little hanging glitch where you can put them on the hanging trap and hit them that way. However, I much prefer this version. So I'm going to the black market tier at the chords 460 minus 122, and if we throw out a pal and then put him on command attack aggressively, if we throw him at the black marketeer and then talk to the black marketeer, you have to make sure you get your pal in like the correct spot where he wants to attack, because sometimes they can glitch out just like that, and then talk to the black marketeer. You can just spam talk on him and he won't take out his gun and attack you. So again, you can do this at any level and he will just not attack you. You can catch all the gold. He gives you 3 gold coins and a bunch of coins, and you can just do that over and over again. You can leave the game and then join back. This is a super quick explanation, but pretty much your pal does all the damage. If you spam talk on him, he won't take out his weapons, and it's just a way to get a ton of gold really quickly. That was like 10 seconds and we got 30,000 gold. So imagine how much we would get in 10 minutes if we just kept on leaving, joining back. He respawns, I do the same thing, etc. We just do that over and over again. A bunch of free gold. Super duper easy. Most people already know about that glitch though, so we're not going to stay too much on that, and we're going to move on to the next one. Now this next glitch I actually just made a video on, and it's been in the game for a long time, but it is super useful. Oh, okay, so we have a boss here. I'm going to be doing it on the new boss. This works for every boss except for the tower bosses, because you need to be able to build, and it's a little bit glitchy when you do it on Jetragon too, but there are some ways to do it on Jetragon. So pretty much this is for the tower bosses outside of the towers, not the tower bosses, I guess, just the regular bosses running around. This is a super duper easy glitched way to defeat them. So if you're lower level, you need some XP, you need some items, I would highly recommend doing this. So first of all you're going to need is some wood. You're going to bring it over to the boss. I had some comments saying that they couldn't build too close to the boss, and that is true. You can't build super duper close to where the boss spawns, but if you bring the wall out a little farther away, you can actually build. So you just need to go further away and lure him to it. And of course, what I am talking about is the glitch where if you place a wall right in his face and then you go around it, he really easily gets glitched out. Look at this, guys. He's not attacking me. He's super glitched out. It's kind of hard to hit him with my torch because he keeps playing Rain Around the Rosie with me. But if you have any other kind of weapon, you can just easily take him out and affect him here. I think the wall is kind of blocking his attacks. Oh my goodness. See, he's embarrassing me. I have 2 high-tech gear. But if you have like a sword or a spear or something, you can just get him stuck in this little wall, and you can do this with pretty much any boss. I tested them on a lot of them. You can get him stuck super duper easily, and if you get him stuck the correct way, he won't attack. will be completely glitched and you can just farm him. Just like this, we got him glitched again. Now, I don't have a sword or anything long enough range to hit him with since this PAL keeps on moving, but you can use any other kind of weapon. You can use a PAL. Just if you use super high tier weapons like I am, it's obviously going to destroy the wall. So you need to keep placing it down, and I'm making it look super duper easy, but I promise you guys it is that easy. Like, it's the easiest glitch in the game. You just get him near the wall, and if you just keep running around it, he's eventually going to get stuck in it, and he cannot do a single thing. Just like that, he's completely stuck. Oh, that one he actually wasn't completely stuck. He was only half stuck, so he can still attack us. But if you get him in the wall, he'll just be completely stuck. He won't be able to move, and you can just farm him. Now, like I said, using a spear or a sword is a lot easier. I'm using a rocket launcher, which actually isn't that good because it breaks the wall, and you don't want the wall to be broken. And with other pals where they're not super big and super long, like this Terra, you can actually just use your torch or like any other kind of wooden stick or whatever. So you can literally do this at like level 3. Now, while I'm doing this, I actually had an idea. I don't remember if they patched the going to the tree glitch. I actually haven't done this in a long time, so while we're here, we might as well figure that out. All you have to do is need a pal with a high stamina count, and you need to just fly towards the tree while going up at the same exact time. Now, obviously, you can just change your stamina or whatever in the settings if you're all alone. You can see my old bases are even over here from when I used to do this, and we are just going to fly towards the tree like normal. And oh no, guys, there's a red wall. There's a red wall. All you have to do is go up. Now, I'm not exactly sure if they patched this, but yep, they did not. So once you see the red wall, you can just go up, and you can go right past it. You can even stand on the wall. So if you want to give your Jet Ragon a little break, let him regen his stamina, you can do that, and boom, you can just fly right over it. Now, you can't get to the actual tree. That's a completely different glitch that's, I think, patched by now, but you can actually get to the whole beach around the tree, and you can build some pretty cool bases. I have a base right there where I built a bunch of stuff. I have a base right here, which I eventually got rid of, but you can still see the remnants of it. So I've had a bunch of bases over here, and it's actually really, really cool. You have a nice view. Pals cannot attack you over here. Raiders can't attack you over here. You can just have a super secure base by the tree, and in my opinion, it's probably one of the best bases in the game because it looks really, really cool. Now, one more glitch I wanted to shout out just because there is probably some way to abuse it in the future. However, this glitch is no longer necessary. The glitch I am referring to is the ability to make meteors spawn whenever you want. It used to be locked on 3 hours, so if you change the time on your PC or Xbox 3 hours ahead, it will actually make the meteors come. However, nowadays there is a setting for that, so it makes this entire glitch useless. But it is, you know, it's important to say it and put it out there because there's probably some other things you can abuse with this glitch, some other kind of time limited activities, maybe the oil rig, something along those lines, and probably something in the future too. So it is still important to say that and show that, and maybe something or somebody will come up with something to abuse this glitch with in the future. However, those are all the important glitches I got. There are some other ones that are like smaller and less important, but those are all the ones which you can still use in your day-to-day life in Palworld right now. They're all super duper useful, and I love all of them. So let me know if you guys still use any of these in your day-to-day playthroughs. And again, if you're not subbed up, I post Palworld every single day, pretty much, more or less. So if you guys enjoy that, maybe, you know, maybe consider doing that.